I'm Margaret Windsor, kidnapped from Buckingham Palace in 41 and brought to this pigsty. It's a glossed over picture in the spring of 43, 2 years later. Um, they didn't have cars. This was deliberately made. Just like I said, it was a pigsty. Um, Horrible. I can't. I used up the video and I can't get it all on the video. This is a photo of me. I just got these. And this is my sons Mark and Scott now. And this is about my kidnapping. I'm heir to the British Crown, Victoria II. Mark would be next in line, and my son Scott. I wrote about mind control murders that were done in patterns, which started a long time ago when I was trying to do a medical malpractice book. Larry McDonald, Congressman Doctor. By the way, I want to say this. There was connections there to the good person, Carol Johnson. And I'm not going to give all this. Her job was gotten too, because she was one of the few honest people in this whole thing. Um, Okay, there was, don't let me forget, there was Gene Srokeman, who was gunned down at Piedmont Hospital. That's where Larry McDonald practiced urology, and his U.S. congressman, and Warren and Rosina Matthews, forensic pathologists, were murdered using mind control. That's where Hardiman. Okay, Hardiman was and Gene Srokeman that was gunned down was connected to Carol Johnson, and I was connected to Carol Johnson. So it gets into mind-boggling. You have to hear it like linked out so you can follow it like in a book. You'd have to see it in a book, and my God, I wrote a book, and look what happened to me. I had antifreeze put in me. So I'm trying to put it down. This is Christmas morning, and I have been soaked in chemicals. And like I say, it makes my immune system attack itself, and I've been kept in close quarters when I was able to have a place to live. My jobs were gotten to. My God, they did this and are doing this to me, and I don't know if I'm even going to live. I mean, I'm in such bad shape, and people know exactly what they're doing. They've done this in this country, which is claim to fame is stealing it from the British, from me. That'd be me. And then bringing me over here as a baby and doing every vile act, and I do mean that in the book. And I sit here on Christmas Day, after a couple of nights, I thought, they start renovating. And this is done at such a high level. It's been toxic. Wherever I stayed, it's been made toxic. And I don't have to go in telling people how easy that is to do. And what people have done, they'd come in and soak my bed, the maintenance, or if there was housekeeping, and you think that's cute, there's housekeeping. Now, before this goes any further, I'm just going to, because I put this all on tape, I put about the Yen Zorings and Elizabeth Haysom murders, which were mind control, Bedford, Virginia. Everybody knew about it. You've got the Childs, Heidi Childs, and they were Virginia Tech, Blacksburg next door, out in the Jefferson National Forest. They were shot, and their fathers, I don't know why I keep forgetting his first name. It's Heidi Childs and David Metzler, and the father is Don and Laura's the name used too. It's takeoff on the name Childers. And then I'll go back to this real quick, and then I'm going to end this. You can't make it out like a book in a few minutes or a year, I guess. This is me and my sons Mark and Scott, and they're heir after me. I have no idea where they are. I had to go because I've got so many medical problems stemming from the immune system disorder and chemicals being toxic force-fed me that it's horrible. But I don't know where my sons are, and it's Christmas Day. But Mark and Scott, remember I was brought here to Moulton, Alabama, kidnapped from Buckingham Palace and given the name of the twin Peggy Ann Dempsey, married Childers. Both twins were killed by her. That photo's me, the last one I showed you. And my dad's Edward VIII, not married to Wallace Simpson, but Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor. And this is my Uncle George that kidnapped me. In 1939, the year I was born. You think he was planning my kidnapping with Joe Kennedy, ambassador, and the Kennedy boys, JFK? This is the double that married Wallace Simpson. 99 years still put on all of it. So now I want to go to just list you some names that of people who have committed this crime against me in the past. And by that I mean against my children, my father and mother that I was ripped out of loving arms. They were illegally, my father, taken down, and my mother was never acknowledged. She was a school teacher, sister to Georgia O'Keefe, an American from Madison, Wisconsin, Irish. And Joe Kennedy talks about he's Irish. My mother was Irish, but I'm not. I'm English, by the way, and I love my mother, but I don't like any of this crap that's gone on, and the Windsors that got in on it, and the New World Order, the Illuminati, the Jews, who didn't get in on a kidnapping that would rock the world. That's what I'm told. The financial, if they admit what they've done and are doing to me and who I am. So I'm going to get in while I've got some, I was just thinking, I couldn't remember some of these names, and you won't know on a background check. If you checked me out, you get the wrong name. You get Peggy Ann Dempsey. That's not my name. But you would get nothing but a load of lies, just like they did to my father. Now, I want to go back real quick. So I can't give background on this, but if you did a background check on Lina Dempsey, she's dead. She killed her twins. She was with George Wallace, governor, when he was running for presidency, and the guy that shot him was programmed to shoot him. So you get connections there, but then George Wallace, as far as I know, had nothing to do with her, any of this. He wasn't involved in it. But then I want to go to John Sparkman, the Alabama senator, Redstone Arsenal, NASA, that started when they kidnapped me and brought me to Moulton near there. You get into Oliver Jones. When I had the antifreeze put in me, I was in his office. I was working for the district attorney in Huntsville. In that condition, Fred Simpson, Bob Jones, he was sitting down. He was over the office. That's his uncle, Bob Jones, who's U.S. Congressman. You get into Congressman, you get in, like, state of Alabama now, Sessions, what's the other, Shelby. All these people, dating back, have known about my kidnapping. They have participated. They've kept it quiet. You got Bob Goodlatte, U.S. Congressman from here. You've got John Edwards from here. And I will say this, they get stuff on people, and they go along with it. They had options. They didn't have to do this to me. I mean, my life has been a living hell with one law right after the other broken. I'm going to use this one. It's a different spelling, but they've used names like in McDonald, Larry McDonald, congressman that I wrote about, doctor, where murders happened at Piedmont Hospital. The plane he's on goes down in '83, shot down by the Soviet when it veered into their airspace, and Nixon was taken off that very plane, the KAL-007, in Juneau, so they knew it was going down. So I'm flown out to Larry Flint's in that campaign because I knew about his shooting. It was a program shooting, and he helped me. He was shot in Lawrenceville and his attorney killed. So you get into Sparkman, you get into Judge Myrtle Green. You have to go back and know what, with a stroke of the pen, this woman helped try to kill me. You have to go back and see the handful of good people. You don't get a background check on them. Let's go back to Dr. that delivered the twins. I don't have anything bad to say about him. Irwin. RWIN. On the certificates, birth certificates, even had the wrong year and date.